Hello and welcome to Creating Final Fantasy's Freya in Fabula Ultima, a guide by Fabula Points, me. Um, yeah, basically I just want to get straight into it, how I would go about building a character, basically. So this is my first guide. I've gone for Freya as she's a dragoon, which is a pretty kind of tropey kind of job from like the early Final Fantasy games, and there's nothing in the book about dragoons. So we can look through here. There's Arcanist, Chimerist, and so on and so forth. None of it's Dragoon. So I wanted to kind of mention how I personally would build a Dragoon. So to just jump straight in, we're going to fill out the character sheet together. So we're going to give her a name, which is Freya. Pronouns, she, her. Identity, so she's a Dragon Knight. Her theme is kind of like, obviously basing this from Final Fantasy IX. We'll say heroic, I guess, origin. She was born in Brumisia, if I remember correctly. Right, so that's like the kind of easy points done. So as we go through, we don't have any bonds yet because we haven't started playing. Fabula points, we always start with 3. Experience points, we always start with 0. And then we get to equipment. Right, so for equipment, if we go to the rule book, we need to use a lance because that's what Freya used. So a lance is a martial melee weapon. So we need at least one of these classes that has martial melee weapon. So we need either a dark blade, a fury, or a weapon master. Now, dark blade is your typical kind of dark knight, and that's not it. Fury is like your kind of berserker barbarian-y person, which is not it. So we're going to go for weapon master, which allows us to equip our spear. Yeah, so where's the items here? So we're going to go for a heavy spear, which is two-handed. So let me take that, put it on the side. That's going to be harder to see now. Let's zoom in. So if we go to equipment, equipped item, so accessory armor, main hand, offhand. So we're going to go heavy spear in the main hand. Heavy spear, description, gonna just copy it all. So what is it doing now? Two-handed melee, no quality, and I also like to add this. Cool. We can leave the quality so it's all in one line. So we have our two-handed, it's melee, dex and might rolls, which is the high roll plus 12 physical. So it's really easy for us to see from our character description what we need to do. So a heavy spear costs 200 zenit. So we start the game with 500. And obviously we've just spent 200, so let's go down to 300 and pick our armor. So I personally like bronze plate. Not only does it give us a little bit of extra zenit to work with, but one of the items that Freya in Final Fantasy IX can equip is the bronze plate. So I think it makes the most sense. You can also do like the Brigandine, but we want kind of better here. So armor, bronze plate. So it's got no quality, so I'll just to fill it out, let's just put that in there. Don't know why it doesn't like dragging. And then, so it's defense 11, insight die for magic defense and initiative -3. So we can add that all in. So defense is 11. Magic defense is insight die, which we haven't done yet, so we'll leave that as a question mark. For now, we'll go back to it. Initiative modifier is -3. Now we spent another 200 zenit, so that leaves us with 100 left, which is going to be what we're starting with. So you can equip martial armor. I think you can equip shields, can't you? Let's go weapon master. Yes, and shields. Cool. Okay, so that's the first part of the first page that kind of filled in apart from magic defense, but we'll get to that very shortly. So we go to the next slide. We need to choose our attributes and status effects. What I like to do is I like to leave this until we've got our kind of classes down. So, and again, hit point maximum as well. So we need like might and we need will to know that. We know IP is 6 because it always starts at 6. So we can at least fill that in. And let's go class levels. So if we go to Weapon Master, scroll down. Probably nowhere near Entropist, Fury. Oh, we went too far. No, we didn't. Tinkerer, Wayfarer, Weapon Master. Here we go. So, Weapon Master. So the free benefits are max HP plus 5. So our HP we can't fill out yet because we don't know our might. And we can equip melee weapons plus shields. So we'll go comma, equip, melee plus shields. Okay. So now we need to work out what we want for skills. So I'm sure you guys know, but for people who don't know, we get 5 levels to pick when we start creating a character, and we have to have at least 2 different classes. So we can either have we can have 4 levels in one class, 1 in another, or we can have a multiple. And at one time, we can only have 3 unmastered classes. So I'm actually going to go for 3 classes right from the start. So character level will have to always start at 5. So for Weapon Master, I'm going to pick 2 skills. The first one I'm going to do is Melee Weapon Mastery, only because it's always good to get some accuracy. So you get bonus equal to skill level on accuracy checks. So I like to say SL1 and just write it here. So basically SL1 means see here there's like a plus 4. We can take this skill 4 times, but we're only taking it once this time. So when we take it once, when we go to hit, we'd roll our dexterity and our might die, add 1 because we have 1 in this, and then that's our to hit, so it's a bit useful. So yeah, so we'll take that to get a +1, which we'll sort later. And the other thing I want to take from Weapon Master is counterattack, mainly because in Final Fantasy IX, counterattack was very useful. So I'm not going to copy and paste all of that. I'm also going to just go tidy that up so it's all online. Bonus equal to skill level to all accuracy checks with melee weapons. Yeah. Counterattack. So the way it works, when an enemy hits or misses you with a melee attack, if the result of the check was an even number, then we get a free attack against the enemy. But that enemy treats the high roll as 0 when that attack treats a high roll as 0 when calculating damage. So when enemy hits or misses with even number, attack back. HR is 0 for damage. Cool. So I like to leave a gap because we have to come back for more Weapon Master skills because we're kind of locked in now because we can only get up to 10 levels in a class and we can only have 3 classes at once that aren't mastered. We're probably going to end up going through all of Weapon Master, but that's fine. Cool. So we need to work out what else kind of works for Freya and the Dragoon. So the big thing that I think of Dragoons is the jump attack. So for jump attack, we will go to the I keep remembering. Is it Elementalist in this game? Not Entropist. Yeah, Elementalist. So the Elementalist has 2 skills we really want. Or they both did 2 spells we really want. So we're going to take Elemental Magic twice. And because we get Soaring Strike, which we can flavor to be a jump. So basically what happens is when you cast this spell, you can then use a free attack with a melee weapon you have equipped This can target creatures that can only be targeted by ranged attacks. So if there's any flyers, and we get extra 5 damage if we have a spear. And when you hit the flying target, you force them to land. So this is a way that lets our other melee attackers be able to fight flying things if we can knock them down, and it has amazing synergy with the spear. So we're going to go Elementalist. Free benefits is, if we scroll up, just to me, so it's maximum mind points by 5, MP plus 5, and ritualism rituals, which we'll cover in another video. So we're going to take elemental magic twice. And we're going to pick Soaring Strike for 1. And for the other one, I would pick Elemental Weapon, mostly because for people who play Final Fantasy IX, you're going to hear me say it a lot. A lot of the, or not gameplay, a lot of the items that you get are elemental weapons. So you can get like a lightning spear or an ice spear. So I want to be able to give her a way to be able to deal like bolt or ice or fire damage. Yeah. So we'll go elemental weapon. So that's two skills for weapon master, 2 for elementalist, and we're missing one more. So for me, what I think we'd go spiritualist, which is down in the alphabet. The reason being, Freya again has like a limited kind of healing. Oh, spiritist, I keep calling it spiritualist. Has limited healing powers, so we want to be able to benefit from that. So, spiritist, free benefits is maximum mind points by 5 again, so max MP plus 5, and ritualism rituals again. So I'm just going to copy and paste that. Cool. So we need a healing spell. So fortunately, spiritual magic lets you have a spell, and there's a spell called heal, which is perfect for us. So we're going to say spiritual magic times 1, because we only have 1 in it, and we're going to say heal. So picking up the heal spell. Right, okay, so now that we have this, we're going to fill out the spell descriptions in a bit, but we need to pick our attributes and work out like our health and everything like that. So looking at our skills, the spear, as we know from over here when copy and paste it, is dexterity and might. So the higher our dexterity and might, the better our attacks are going to be. But then also we have potential to do magic. Now magic is typically the others, which is insight and willpower. So we kind of want everything, but we also want to excel at something. So what I would personally pick, I would put dexterity as a 10. I would do insight as an 8. I do might as an 8, and I do willpower as 6. Because obviously we can choose either all 8s, we can choose a 10 and a 6, or we can choose 2 10s and 2 6s. So we'll fill in our currents, 8, 8, 6. So this now gives us all of these. So max HP is might times 5. So our might is 8. 8 times 5 is 40. Plus our level, which is 5. Plus other, which is from weapon master, and we get an extra 5. So 40 plus 5 plus 5 is 50. So our crisis, which is when we're in half health or lower, is 25, and the current will be 50. So our magic points is our willpower times 5, so 6 times 5 is 30, plus our level is 35, and then we get an extra 5 from the elementalist and the spiritualist, so that becomes 45. And then we need our magic defense calculated here before we forget. So it's insight die. So our insight die is a d8, so our magic defense is an 8, which is fine. It's nothing special. Cool. So if we make this full screen again, no, full screen. Make this full screen again, zoom out a little bit. We have the first page all filled out. Like obviously we'd add a photo here, and then these are for when you get any of your conditions. These are for when you get bonds. We don't have anything special in the backpack because we haven't picked up any loot yet. We've got our Fabula points, experience points. So pretty happy with page one. Page two. So we have other classes. So when you get one of these to full, oh yeah, we're gonna go level 2, 2, so it's easier to track what our level is. When we get one of these to 10, we can then pick another class, or we can keep going, it doesn't matter. So we've got Arcana and spells. So we know we've got 3 spells. We've got Soaring Strike, Elemental Weapon, and Spiritual Magic. So let's fill these out. So we're going to go name, Soaring Strike, name, Elemental Weapon, and heal. Now let's go back to on the side. So we can scroll across, zoom in, doing this all real time for everyone. So the first one I'm going to fill out is heal because it's already here. So the MP is 10 times the target. So if we're aiming for 1 person, it's 10, 2 people 20, so on. Target is up to 3 creatures. And the duration is instantaneous. Cool, and then we just put in the description. So I'm just going to copy and paste, and this will probably mess with the format. Yeah, so let's fix the format. Cool, so that's heal. And we got elemental weapon and soaring strike. Intrepid. Here we go. Alright, elemental weapon. MP cost is 10. Target is a weapon, so obviously we would do our spear. And then duration is seen, which is another word for fight. So at the start of the fight, if we cast this right away, it'll last for the whole fight, which is nice. And yeah, so we just do another copy and paste job. Then we tidy it up. Like this part is slightly tedious, but you only have to do this once per kind of level up if you get an extra spell, so that's not bad. And then Soaring Strike, we actually passed. So Soaring Strike cost 10 MP, so we know all of our things are 10 MP, which is nice. Target is self, and duration is instantaneous. So we've actually got 3 different targets, which is quite nice. So we're gonna copy and paste again, and we're gonna tidy it up again. There we go. So we've got Soaring Strike, Elemental Weapon, and Heal. And then all we have to do then is tick what rituals we've got access to, and we've got access to the ritualism rituals. We don't have any heroic skills yet because they happen when we hit level 10 in a class, and that's it because this is just more spells, just in case you have a spell heavy class. So yeah, so we have Freya. She's a Dragon Knight. She's a heroic character from Burmecia. Currently doesn't have any bonds because we haven't played a game yet. We don't have any accessories. We have nothing in an offhand because we're using a 2-handed spear. We've got everything filled out. We've got all of our stuff that we're allowed to equip filled out. And yeah, that is how I would go about creating this character. So yeah, I'm not very good at ending videos, so I'm going to stop there in order to keep this short and sweet. Let me know in the comments if there's a specific character that you'd like me to make a build for. And yeah, thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye bye.